The following video is not made for kids under 13. If you are not 13 years old, please exit out of the video now. And please, YouTube, do not sue me. Sup guys, Mooky here, and I'm back with another part of What If Izuku Was Trained by Ryu Hayabusa. This is part 9. In the last part, Izuku fought against the Nomu and was trying to help everyone in Class 1A with a certain appearance of both Ryu and Momoji fighting, trying to get answers from Shigaraki. With that said, let's get into this. Right after the events of the USJ, Izuku heads straight to the Dragon Village to help out, to wonder why his master and the woman that he thought of as a big sister was at the USJ. So he heads there as he's welcomed by everyone at the village, and heads to the Hayabusa estate. And he talked to his master, as Ryu says, "I knew you would be coming here, Izuku." As Izuku says, "Beg my forgiveness, master. But why were you at the USJ? What made you want to go there? I need to know this. I didn't even call you about that." As Ryu tells him, "I was trying to get information on people trying to create artificial fiends. The last people who tried this about 5 years ago, known as the Alchemist. They wanted to take my dragon blood and create a new world order. I stopped them, but it seems their research was leaked to a certain organization." And Izuku saying the League of Villains. As Ryu tells him, "Yes. Personally, I shouldn't have gotten involved. To be honest, it's not my problem anymore. I took care of the Alchemist and stopped them from trying to take over the world, and that's it. And the heroes could take care of things. They have before, so what would stop them now?" As Izuku wondering, then why show up at the USJ if you weren't going to get involved? As he says, "Because of you, Izuku." Izuku surprised hearing this, wondering why. As Ryu tells him that he's just as much of a member of the clan as he is. That he is a member of the Dragon Clan, and we protect our own no matter what. As Izuku is proud and honored to hear his master call him a member of the Dragon Clan, and truly feels like he's closer to his master than he has ever before. If soon after, Ryu tells him if that's all, he can leave or he can stay the night if he wish. As Izuku says, "That's all I wanted to know. I'll probably come back another time for some training." As Ryu says, "Of course. Once again, you're always welcome." Leaving the estate, Izuku feels satisfied, but also realizes that the League of Villains may dabble into fiends, into creating artificial fiends, wondering if that was the Nomu that they were talking, if the Nomu was an artificial fiend. However, before leaving, Izuku asks the question, as Ryu tells him, looking back, it seemed like he wasn't. Most likely, he was a human that had the features of a fiend, and nothing more. As Izuku says, if that's the case, then I guess his death was meaningless. As Ryu says, sometimes killing somebody is the same as freeing them, saving them from the agony that is living. I originally couldn't think that, but now I do. as Ryu tells Izuku to remember taking a life and releasing somebody from living are two completely different things. As Izuku hears this and takes it to heart, saying that he would only kill if somebody wishes to die, wishes to stop living in agony. After this conversation, Izuku makes it back home and was told by his mom that he has at least a couple of days before returning back to the UA due to the USJ incident. As Izuku hears this, he thinks this may be the perfect time to go on fiend hunts, as thinking that maybe Rachel could use some backup as he prepares to go out and takes his ninja garb. As many of you said, one of you told me that that Izuku's name should be, Vigilante name should be, when he's wearing his ninja garb. So I think his name Assassin seems pretty appropriate, since it looks like he's assassinating villains and villains only. So I think I'll go with that one. As Izuku goes from rooftop to rooftop, jumping from them and also climbing them as well, Izuku sees that multiple heroes are fighting against a giant monster, which is most likely a fiend. This fiend with giant claws and almost the features of a dragon. As the heroes have a hard time trying to take it down, as flames are all over the area, Izuku takes the perfect chance to strike, as he realized that it isn't human, it isn't a normal villain, it truly is a fiend. Izuku knows that he can't fight down there knowing that the heroes are there. He would be arrested off the spot soon after defeating them. So he decides to use his fiend-bound bow with explosive arrows, with enough force to blow up that fiend's head off. As soon after he draws back and aims square at the fiend's head with full force. And let's go, striking the fiend down with one shot. As all the heroes are surprised, wondering what the hell happened. Where did it go? Where did that shot come from? As Izuku leaves the area as soon as possible before they realize anything, and decides to do some hiding, so things could cool down a little bit. While doing this, he makes it back onto another rooftop, seeing that the heroes and the police have gone to a different area. After that, Izuku takes a deep breath and feels a moment of calm before hearing someone. That nice shot, Midoriya. You really were trained by Ryu. As Izuku realized that it's Rachel, as he says, Miss Rachel, I didn't know. So you were watching me the whole time? As she tells him, yeah, I could have taken care of it myself, but knowing that you took care of the fiend and was able to shoot your bow pretty far, got enough strength just like Ryu. As Izuku feels a little bit flattered, but he was wanting to help her out anyway. As Rachel says, the reason I'm here is to help you out, so you can focus on your training and you becoming a hero. Do you really want to let Ryu down? As Izuku hears this and says, no, I promise I would never let my master down no matter what. As he says this, good. Now, head back home. I know your mom must be worried for you. After saying this, she begins to leave, but before leaving, she says, oh, and nice work at the USJ. If Ryuden wasn't around, I think you could have taken care of that false fiend easily. As Izuku's saying, wait, you knew about that? As she tells him, of course, how can I not? After that, she zip lines to another building and moves out. As Izuku feels like he doesn't really have to worry about going on fiend hunts for a while now. After returning home, the couple days have gone by and Izuku just relaxes or does meditation training. These break days go by and school and classes resume back at UA for hero course. After that, everything is surprised as Kaminari tells that, wow, it was awesome. We fought against actual villains. I guess that makes us kind of semi-pros. As Kirishima says, I guess so. We actually fight against actual villains. It can't get any better than that. As Jiro and Mina tell both of them that. I think it's because of that instance, the teachers are going to be more, on their guard, especially on what happened to us. So I'm pretty sure our training and classes are going to be more strict. After hearing this, both of them feel a little bit down. And as Izuku doesn't really care too much. And thinking about what Ryu told him about the League of Villains trying to dabble with artificial fiends. After that, he soon Ochiko and Ida soon ask Izuku if he's alright. As he tells both of them, "Oh, I'm fine. Just thinking quite a bit." After that, Kendo even soon asked, "What about the USJ? I mean, who wouldn't be worried about that?" Izuku says, "Nah, it's not that. I mean, everything is okay. We're all safe. We're nothing to worry about. It's just something personal. That's all." After that, soon after saying that, Aizawa soon comes in with Ida telling everyone to get back to their seats, and everyone sits back down, as everyone is wondering if Aizawa is okay to even teach, since he was in pretty horrible condition. As Aizawa says that, "Even so, I'm still your teacher, and I have information that will infect your hero course." After saying this, everyone feels a cold sweat down them, wondering what's going to go on. As he tells them that they'll be preparing for the sports festival, as everyone begins feeling less stressed and actually feel excited. However, Kendo soon raised her hand and asked Aizawa, is it okay for them to even go to the sports festival after what just happened at the USJ? After that, Aizawa says, of course, if we cancel the sports festival, it shows that the villains can get to us easily. There'll be more security, but other than that, the sports festival is still on. Now, plus, it's the perfect way for first years such as yourself and pro agencies to invest in your futures, wanting to get kids like you early right after you graduate. After saying that, Aizawa tells them to prepare. They'll have at least a week to prepare, so get everything you got. After that, class ends a little bit and everyone is anxious about the sports festival, especially Uraraka, and she keeps repeating the line that she'll do her best over and over again, super hyped to everyone, as everyone's worried about her, even Izuku and Kendo as well, wondering if she's fine. Right after that, Kaminari was planning on leaving the classroom until they see tons of students in front of their classroom, wondering on what's going on and how everything's going. As Bakugo says, "You idiots, they're here to scope up the competition, since general studies, support course, and business course will be parts of the sports festival after all." As Bakugo soon moves out, saying, "Move it, extras," just like he did in canon. As Monoma soon appears saying, "Wow, quite the arrogant person you are. I guess it just shows on how much Class A looks down on their fellow students." As hearing this, everyone is surprised, wondering what the hell's going on. As Monoma tells him that, "I'm from Class 1B. I'm down the hall from a couple of you." As And seeing how much you treat people, you have quite the arrogant personality. Probably because of you thinking that you fought against actual villains, you're hot stuff. Am I right? After that, Bakugo gets a little bit irritated. Noticing this, Izuku plans on telling both Ida, Ochiko, and Kendo that he'll be outside waiting to go to lunch. As Izuku goes through the back door and still sees quite a bit of students behind there, he gets by them pretty easily by jumping over them and heading out. As Monoma noticed this, and even Shinso, who was in the crowd, making sure that Monoma didn't say anything to tick them off too badly, since Shinso is part of Class 1B in this timeline after all. So yeah. And after that, Monoma noticed Izuku and says, "Oh, so you think that's your waste of our time?" As Monoma tries to irritate and aggravate Izuku. As Izuku says, "You can't just judge people by one person's actions. Don't expect..." And I'm only leaving because I don't have time for this. I need lunch is about to begin, and I don't want to be and it already gets crowded enough. After that, Izuku leaves. Soon after, waiting for at least 5 minutes or so, Ida, Ochiko, and Kendo soon arrive. As Ida says, "Midoriya, I know you were in a hurry, but she didn't have to be so." As Izuku says, "Don't worry, I wasn't too rude. I only told him that he shouldn't just judge people by one interaction with them, almost like another certain someone." As he looks at Ida and says, "Okay, I catch your point, Midoriya." As Kendo begins thinking, did something happen between the two of them? As Ochiko says they didn't really get along at first during the entrance ceremony. As Kendo having an O face and realize that. As Izuku saying, "Even so, I plan on giving it my all at the sports festival. Not because I want to show how strong I am, but to show everything that my master has taught me." After that, Kendo was more curious about Izuku more than ever, wondering not just about his quirk, but who trained him in martial arts and in the ways of a ninja. As Izuku says, "I can't tell you who trained me, but he was the one person who saw potential in me where others didn't. So with that, I want to give it my all for him and him alone." As Ida feels honored, it's almost the same way on how he wants to live up to his family name and to strive to be just like or better than his brother. Kendo feels a little bit inspired hearing this and wonders about Ochiko as well, and asks her, "Hey Uraka, why do you want to be a hero?" As Izuku was a little bit curious as well. As Uraka says, "For money." As all three of their eyes begin widening a little bit, wondering why. As she goes into the story about her family and about them having financial problems. So she decides to become a hero for their sake and help them out by working with a big agency and getting money and supporting them financially. Izuku began respecting Ochiko after hearing this more than he already did before, and says, "Then I know you can do it, Uraka. You got the will and the spirit. I know you can." He soon says, "Thank you, Deku. I really appreciate it." As Izuku began wondering, "Oh yeah, what about you, Kendo? Why do you want to be a hero?" As she says, "Well, because I looked up to them. The idea of helping and saving people, it's truly an honor to even become a guardian like that. So, and I want to be recognized for my strength and my skills alone. Not just for my looks, if I'm going to be honest." As Izuku saying, I know that feeling. all too well." As he remembers the days when he was when he was a kid, he was powerless and weak. And says that he encourages Kendo to give it everything she's got to show how she can be a hero as well. As Kendo says, thanks, Midoriya. And that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please tell me below what you guys think, and also like and subscribe, which helps out my channel a lot. At any rate, this is Mooky signing out. Later.